Okay, you were filming. Go ahead. What happened?
The building was built by a madam, and her name was Georgia Clark. And her name actually was Miss Georgia Clark, is how she wanted to be identified. And she had about 4 whorehouses that she built. She built one in Dunsmuir, one in Weed, one in Montague, and one in Ashland, Oregon. And in this building, she built the whole building, upstairs and down, but it ended directly to your right. She had 8 ladies, and they had 18 rooms. And everybody said, well, if they had 8 ladies working a whorehouse, why'd they have 18 rooms? They had to rotate. Okay, truly they did. They lived up there, and they had their rooms. And in Weed, prostitution was not necessarily legal, but it was a way of life, and it was a way of making a living, and everybody accepted it. So with that, they accepted that type of lifestyle, but Miss Georgia Clark taught her girls how to pickpocket and get the drunks and take their money and pick their wallets. Right where we were standing was a big poker table. And they would serve drinks 24 hours a day, and where the men's restroom used to be the women's restroom. And when the prostitute would pick the guy's wallet, she would take it into the woman's bathroom, and there was a window there. They would open up the window and take the wallet, take all the money out of it, and stuff the wallets and the identifications between the wall. And nobody knew about that until I tore the whole building apart. I found a pink slip to a Model T Ford. I found a 5-shot revolver, a Smith & Wesson revolver. I found a driver's license of a minister. Now, what the hell is a minister doing in a whorehouse? Your guess is just as good as mine. But very unusual stuff, really unusual stuff. And this is where I was under this floor pulling wire and pipe for plumbing. And this is when I myself heard people talking at 2 o'clock. I was sleeping like 2-3 hours a day, so maybe that was the reason. And I was just trying to get this place working. And as I was working and pulling rope under the floor, periodically I would hear conversations of guys drinking and carousing and cussing and all kinds of things, and it was the weirdest feeling in the world, because I knew for a fact that I was the only one here, but I definitely heard people conversing. So when they caught Miss Georgia Clark teaching her ladies how to pilfer people, ironically enough, the place was set fire to within the year that she built it. It was built in 1917, and in the fall of 1918 it burned down. 2 guys bought it by the name of Alfier, was his last name, and the other guy's name was DeBon. And DeBon owned about 4 or 5 businesses here. He had a grocery store, he had a clothing store, he had a bakery, and so on and so forth.